commission an audit to ask how we can shorten the process. So he made some discussions with them. And he said that the commission and audit said, "Sir, you're wrong. There are not 27 steps to get a laptop, but rather 30 steps to get a laptop." Some people said that there are different interpretations of Republic Act 9184, of which we are all familiar with, the government auditing and accounting rules. And one researcher said, "I have to run the whole show and unable to focus on the most vital thing, and that is to do research." So let me share with you what the key functions of a grants management office are. First, it oversees the grant management cycle. Second, it centralizes oversight of grant application and award management. Third, it ensures that sponsors' requirements are met. And most importantly, it provides services to enhance researchers' success. This here on your right, so it's a cycle, plan and propose from the development of a sponsored research project to final proposal submission. Next is setting up the infrastructure for successful management of the award. Third is managing award funds, reporting and post-award changes. And the last is the closeout, the final financial and research reporting, dissemination of data, and records retention. So these are the important parts of the life cycle of a research grant. So in a way, a research administrator is the bridge. Who among you can identify what bridge this is? This is one of the most famous bridges in the Philippines. San Juanico, correct. So it's the researcher and the research administrator acts as a bridge between the researcher and the institution, the researcher and the sponsors or our funders. Third is the institution and sponsors or funders. So building a supportive environment requires a lot of strategies to make sure that the infrastructure is ready for researchers to be able to move on with their researches. First is to develop relationships with funding sources. And this type of PNHRS allows us to have a good relationship with PCHRD, the DOST, CHED, and the DOH. It also involves preparing and maintaining profiles of the faculty research interests, prepares descriptions of labs and core research facilities within your research institution. Building a supportive environment also involves developing seed funding programs to support pilot projects and supports from institutional grant programs will include travel grants, equipment grants, as well as matching grants. Included in building a supportive environment is, of course, publicizing students as well as faculty members' research accomplishment. Included here also will be conducting professional development training activities such as writing for publication, time management, conference presentations, and supporting a mentor network. Supporting research-related training activities will also involve having training seminars for human subjects research, research planning, grant writing, and it also involves familiarizing the faculty and project staff with guidelines and requirements of grant applications, scientific and financial responsibilities of the grant. So a lot of orientation should happen even before the award gets set up. So I have mentioned to you the many ways that or strategies that we can adapt to make sure that within our universities and research institutions, we're able to provide an environment that will help researchers do their research work in a very timely and efficient manner. So let me share with you now the story of our research grants office in UP Manila called Argao. So this was approved way back about 8 or 9 years ago by our Board of Regents. But in the beginning, it was a registration process. But under the Chancellor Padilla's administration, we restructured the Research Grants Office and expanded its function. And these are really initiatives we have taken to improve the research processes within the university. So what are the functions of our GAO? First is to assist investigators in preparing the necessary documents required in applying for the grants. Second, to assist investigators in complying with the requirements of the sponsor or organization's institution who are giving the grant. Third is to serve as the central office that will facilitate and administer the research grant, funds from the sponsor organizations, requests for the release of funds to the investigators, conduct internal audit, and ensure funds from the sponsor termination of completed projects. And
picture
coordinating
in picture,
office between
yung
UP
lecture niya
Manila
lalabas dito.
and national and
Yung
international
PowerPoint niya.
research agencies. This is the organizational chart of the Research Grants
Pwede namin
Office.
gawin doon.
As you can see,
Para pagka
I
nakikita
report
rin dito yung kung ano
regularly
yung
to the
sinasabi.
Chancellor as Vice
Try mo nga, bro.
Chancellor for Research, and our GAO is directly under my office. And you have the Grant Application and Protocol Development Unit, the Fund Administration and Management Unit, and the last unit is your Research Implementation and Support Unit. Currently, we have about 13 people running this grants office, managing over 100 research projects of the university. So let me just share with you the functions of each of the units. The Grant Application and Protocol Development Unit facilitates the development of the protocols, assists in preparing and completing all the requirements for the grant application submission. It oversees and facilitates the process of protocol review and approval, including the ethics review, it oversees the process. If everything is correct in memorandum of agreement, this should happen in 2 weeks turnaround time for the complete signatures. We have
So